Hi, everybody. Welcome back. This is Ron Benjamin, financial and tax consultant, advisor, your coach, your mentor. Thank you for watching my introduction video. And really, my goal, my mission is to help save you money on taxes. So that's part of what I do. Remember, from my first video, I mentioned that I'm a financial consultant as well, including estate planning and retirement planning, insurance, life insurance, health insurance, disability insurance planning. Those are all really essentials, whether you're poor or rich, it doesn't matter. And so what I want to do in my channel is to make sure you're informed. Because information is power. Like knowledge is power. Information is power. So just learn. And there is an old saying that whatever it costs, get wisdom. Whatever it costs, get wisdom. Because wisdom will help you survive and help you learn things to, for instance, in this channel, how to save money on your taxes, what retirement vehicles to use to put away money, personal finances, career choices, etc. Those are all wisdom tools. When you learn how to do things that help you live and survive this life, this temporary life we have on this earth, those are wisdom tools you want to accumulate and use in your life. So, Leppy is here, my mascot. We're here from southern Texas. Now, I'm not a cowboy. I wasn't born a cowboy. And actually, I was born in Asia, in India. So I guess maybe I might be your first Indian cowboy that you've ever met. Anyway, so here we go. This is a Texas team for now, but I wear different hats. I might wear my U.S. Army hat because I served in the military for 12 years. To honor the military guys, I mean, you might see me with my military hat. And I served in 3 branches, by the way. I served in the Air Force full-time, Air National Guard, Army National Guard, and the last stint I did was the Naval Reserves, 12 years altogether. My hat's off to all who are serving. Sorry, sometimes we take our freedom for granted and we take our service members for granted. I want you to know that you're in my thoughts and prayers. So there's no scripts for what I do here on this channel. So just like a cowboy, I'm shooting from the hip. But there's one issue that's really pressing that I see as a tax accountant especially, and that is the issue of you're a sole proprietor. What is a sole proprietor? Sole proprietor means you're in business for yourself. You file a tax return with a Schedule C. That's what sole proprietors use. Also, an LLC that has only one member files a Schedule C as well. So here's the issue I run into a lot. Your business is doing well, and your net income flows through to calculate the self-employment tax. What is the self-employment tax? It's a fancy name for Social Security and Medicare tax. Now, usually when you're a W-2 employee, that's someone who punches a clock, goes in, gets paid by the hour, and the employer takes their federal income tax, Social Security, Medicare tax out of their paycheck. Well, as a sole proprietor, you don't have that option. You are the employer and you are the employee. That's why the self-employment tax hits you so hard, because you're paying both sides of that payroll tax. Again, as a W-2 employee, your employer would pay half of your Social Security and Medicare tax, and you'd pay the other half. Not so as a sole proprietor or a sole member LLC. You're paying both halves. Why? Because you're the employer and the employee. You're your own employee and you're your own employer. Okay, so how do you get around that legally? And you're only going to hear legal strategies from me. But how do you go about reducing that self-employment tax? Caveat, caveat, warning. Don't try and zero out your net income from your self-employment. Why? As I said, the self-employment tax is made up of the Social Security tax and Medicare tax. So what do you think is going to happen if you zero out your income or near zero it, or report a low net income because you're taking all these kind of deductions? What do you think your Social Security benefit's going to be like? Especially if that's all you're looking forward to for your retirement, the Social Security benefits. You're going to get next to nothing. If you're reporting next to nothing as your net income, well, you're going to get next to nothing as your Social Security monthly benefit. I've seen it. I had a client making a little over $100 a month on Social Security, self-employed, but again, I don't hear people warning sole proprietors, independent contractors, that when they're trying to take as many deductions as they can, that they're giving up also the amount of Social Security benefits that they can receive. So don't make that your goal, because you're going to shoot yourself in the foot when it's time to retire and file a claim for Social Security benefits and you see the amount you're going to get. What's going to happen? You're going to have to keep working or find a job. And at that age, how many people are willing to hire you at age 65 or age 62 if you can pull your Social Security benefits at that age? It's not going to be easy. And what's going to happen is you're probably going to be on welfare and food stamps. So don't shoot yourself in the foot by trying to lower your net income so low that your self-employment tax is low, but that's going to equal your Social Security benefits being low. Don't go down that route. And if you're not being advised properly that you're shooting yourself in the foot when you're taking all kinds of deductions and netting your income as low as possible, you need to find yourself another accountant slash advisor, because I warn my sole proprietor independent contract clients, don't get so excited about lowering your net income, because that's going to come back and haunt you with your Social Security benefits. So don't go down that route. Okay, so what can you do to lower that self-employment tax, still earn a high income, and not jeopardize your Social Security benefits? Or what other tax saving strategies can you use to supplement that Social Security benefit if it does end up being low, even with the strategies you put in place? Okay, so one of the ways is how you choose what entity structure you're going to use for your business. Now, for most sole proprietors and one member LLCs, there is a strategy to use that allows you to set up your entity structure legally to pass your income to your personal tax return. And what I want to do is, I've not decided yet, do I want to present that to you in the form of a webinar, or just present it to you here on the channel? Let me tell you this, that information is worth gold, because I don't see many people doing it that should be. You folks that are on this YouTube making tons of money, I don't know if you've set up your entity structure properly, or if you've been advised properly on how to set up your entity structure so you can save money on your taxes. There's celebrities that are getting bad advice, that have left tons of money on the table or given it to Uncle Sam because they haven't done proper estate planning, or they get swindled by advisors looking for high net worth clients and charging them high amounts of fees because they know they can afford it, but giving them bad advice. You can Google it. Google celebrities that did not do estate planning or paid high estate taxes, and you'll find a good amount of people on there, like Elvis Presley and Duke Ellington and others, even Marilyn Monroe. But you can see there's a ton of people that had the money to do it right, but had bad advice. So my job is to help you get good advice, to save money on taxes, to make sure that your survivors are not struggling because you didn't do the right thing, or you got bad advice and did the wrong thing, or you simply didn't take the time to get your house in order and do the right thing. And now your survivors have to go through the stress of going through what you left them to clean up. You know, that's not right. You're no longer here to deal with it, but your survivors are here, and they're trying to grieve properly. But instead of grieving properly, they have to clean up your mess. Please don't end up like that. If you love your surviving loved ones after you pass, you can pass at any time. There's no guarantee. There's no set number of years you're given to live. So do the right thing now. So when the time comes, the survivors that love you are going to keep loving you and not going to keep talking about, oh, you know what? You know what my husband did or so and so did? They didn't they didn't even have a life insurance policy in place. They didn't do estate planning properly. I spent 5 years probating their estate. That's just not right. Do you want that to be your legacy? Oh, he didn't do it right. He didn't get it right while he was still alive. You don't want that legacy. You want to leave a legacy of love that you thought about them even after your passing. That you thought about them. You didn't make life hard for them. So my channel is going to address that. Ways that you can live with the least amount of stress as possible. Nobody likes to really pay taxes. And I know most of us just don't want to think about we're going to die someday. But sorry, you are. I am. It's going to happen. So be properly prepared, leave a legacy of love and a legacy that says, yeah, they took care of me even after death. They showed their love for me. They didn't leave me any stress. They didn't leave me anything to clean up after them. Let that be your legacy, that you love them. Thank you. And I look forward to the next video presentation, and keep tuned in to hear the topics, get the ideas, write them down, implement them. It's okay to listen to the ideas, but you have to take the information you hear and implement it. Some of these suggestions and advice that I'm going to give you, you need to implement the same day if you can, or the next day. The sooner you address it, the more peace you'll have, because it's not going to be on your mind, it's not going to be on your to-do list. Because some things, they can't wait. So please, 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 from my years of experience and what I've seen from clients and their survivors, please, please, please leave a legacy of love for them. Thank you.